Did you know here speaking Japanese like this? 昨日友達とレストランに行った。チキンはとても美味しかった。友達が面白かった。いっぱい笑った。楽しかった。I had to break it to you, but you're sounding like a robot. Okay, so what's wrong with it? Isn't this the casual Japanese I've been talking about this whole time?
Casual Japanese, casual Japanese, casual Japanese, casual Japanese.
Yes, it is, but you're missing something important here. The heart of casual Japanese. Ending particles. Ending particles are what add emotion to Japanese. It adds nuance to what we are saying.
久しぶりよ。結構好きやな。
So without them, it's impossible for us to speak not just casual Japanese, but Japanese in general. So in this video, we're gonna fix the robotic casual Japanese to human casual Japanese that is actually spoken by native Japanese people, starting with the one I just showed you in the beginning. Let's get into it. So the fixed version that I actually would say in real life is 昨日友達とレストラン行ってさ、チキンめっちゃうまかったんだよね。で、友達が面白すぎてめっちゃ笑った。楽しかったわ。Oh, there's a lot of changes, yeah, I know, but don't worry. We're gonna break it down one by one, and then you're gonna understand exactly what's going on. Alright? So the first change is てさ。昨日友達とレストラン行ってさ。So this てさ is a combination of te form plus storytelling particle さ。You probably know what te form is. So te form lets you connect two actions without breaking the flow. And how to make te form is very simple. If you know how to make ta form, which is past tense, just swap ta with te. That's how you make te form. Did you know that? It's very simple. And the nuance of this sa is doing is that it signals there's more coming. So it gives you natural flow in your story. So that's why I call it storytelling particle. So the rule with sa is that always use it with te form. So that's why we see combination of te form plus sa. てさ、行ってさ、遊んでさ. Always use it with te form when you use it with a verb. Okay? The next change I made is that I changed とても to めっちゃ. In the robotic version, we say チキンはとても美味しかった. But in the natural human casual version, I use チキンめっちゃうまかった. The reason why I use めっちゃ is that めっちゃ is more common to say in real life. とても is overly polite for casual Japanese. So that's why I prefer using めっちゃ. Don't get me wrong, とても is used by Japanese people, but it's mainly for formal setting. I don't know anybody saying とても when they're speaking casually. So that's why we use めっちゃ here. And the next change is we see うまかったんだよね. うまかったんだよね. So let's break this うまかった down. うまかった comes from うまい. うまい is the present form, the plain form. And うまい is a casual version of おいしい. But I would say you can say うまい for informal settings too. Like let's say you're eating out with your boss. Don't hesitate to use うまい because it's not rude or anything. But let's say you're eating dinner with a Japanese emperor or your Japanese girlfriend's parents. I'd go with おいしい instead of うまい. Sounds pretty dear. I personally don't care about this, but I'm pretty sure there are some men don't prefer girls to say うまい. I think it's very common in older generation. So don't worry about it too much. And then we are using うまかった, which is the past tense of うまい. The food was very good. And then we are adding んだよね. It's the particle that makes it conversational, not a report. So think of んだよね like a confessing particle. Like when you're telling a new story, new information, new feeling, something that the listener has never heard of. So you could say something like 俺お前のこと好きなんだよね. 俺お前のこと好きなんだよね. So use this ending particle だよね only when you're telling a new information or confessing something new. So it has to be new. So if you say うまかった without だよね sounds like fact or report. But with it, you're actually talking to someone. You're actually telling this to your friends or whoever you're talking to. The next change is I changed 友達が面白かった。いっぱい笑った to 友達が面白すぎてめっちゃ笑った。友達が面白すぎてめっちゃ笑った。So let's break it down one by one. So firstly, what's going on here is I'm using すぎる for 面白い。すぎる basically adds the meaning of too much. 面白すぎる so too funny. There's nothing hard, right? And then I changed the ending of すぎる to te form. Te form can also connect cause and the results. Cause and the result. So in this case, 面白すぎてめっちゃ笑った。面白すぎてめっちゃ笑った。My friend was too funny, So I laughed a lot. It's like a reason and a result. Cause and effect. Simple, right? And finally, we see 楽しかったわ。楽しかったわ. In the robotic version, we just saying 楽しかった. So 楽しかったわ. This wa is an emotional ending particle. So this wa here makes you sound like you're reliving in the moment. Okay, you're feeling the emotion that you are feeling in the moment. It's like, 楽しかったわ. Oh, it was fun. Oh god, like it was so fun. That's what this wa is doing here. It's so powerful. So I think you now started realizing how impossible it is to speak casual Japanese or Japanese without these ending particles. So just mastering what I just showed you will make your Japanese sound way more native than speaking textbook Japanese. I know this for a goddamn fact. Not so many people, not so many Japanese teachers, language schools, Duolingo don't teach this kind of stuff, even though it's very important. It's essential for you to speak casual Japanese like a human and speak Japanese without sounding like a report and then connect with Japanese people on a human level. So you will sound way more native. Let's do one more round. So I'm gonna show you the robotic NPC version first, and then we're gonna fix it. Let's get into it. 今日仕事が大変だった。疲れた。でもご飯はとても美味しかった。明日も頑張る。If I say this to Japanese people I know, they'll be like, why are you talking like that? You good? Did you lose emotion? I got too close, I'm wearing a hoodie. So anyways, the natural version would be 今日仕事マジきつくてさ超疲れたんだけど夜ご飯マジでうまかったよまあ明日も頑張るか So the first change I made is I changed 仕事が大変だった to マジきつくてさマジきつくてさ So what's going on here is I changed 大変 to きつい きつい is more emotional. It speaks up more emotion. 大変 I would say is more logical. So it's just a personal preference, but I would say Japanese people tend to use きつい more than 大変 in casual Japanese. So that's why I use きつい. And I added マジ to emphasize how きつい it is. And it's not really necessary to use マジ, but let's say the work was really tough in a kind of case, I'll use マジ. There's きつくてさ. You know what it is already. Yeah, the combination of te form and sa adds a natural flow to your story. The next change is I changed 疲れた to 超疲れたんだけど超疲れたんだけど So 超 is like super. We don't have to add this, but we are emphasizing how tired we are. And the more important stuff for in the end. There are a few layers that we are using here. First, let's see kedo. So kedo is a soft but. So demo is more like hard or contrast. Kedo trails naturally to your next thought or your next event. So that's why kedo is better here. But we see んだ 疲れたんだけど What is this んだ So by adding this んだ before kedo keeps the conversational, confessional feeling. So it adds the confessing vibe. I'm not reporting a fact or anything, we're just confessing the feeling. That's what it feels like. So this んだ plus kedo combination is very common. Just remember that. You're gonna hear a lot of んだけど from native Japanese speaker or friends or your Japanese girlfriend, boyfriend. So remember this, okay? Next change is 夜ご飯はとても美味しかった to 夜ご飯マジうまかったよ夜ご飯マジうまかったよ So what's going on here is we changed とても to マジ You already know why and 美味しかった to うまかった You also know why And what's new is this yo. So yo is like the king of Japanese ending particle. So let's master this. So yo associates the feeling to the listener. So 夜ご飯マジうまかったよ If you say this to me, sounds like you're telling this to me. You're not just talking to yourself, you're just telling this to me. Directly to me. And lastly, we change 明日も頑張る to まあ明日も頑張るか。まあ明日も頑張るか。This まあ plus か is very common combination. So I wanted to use this as a set. So ma is a natural softener or filler word that works like well in English. And this ka is another question. It makes it sound like you're thinking out loud or talking to yourself or just preparing emotionally, okay? This como sounds incredibly natural but almost nobody teaches this, which is very sad to me. But now you know. So what you just saw in both rounds comes down to one thing. Textbook Japanese gives you words, and the ending particles gives you the feeling behind them. That's what makes the difference between sounding like you're reading from a manual and sounding like a real person having a real conversation. But we only cover just a few today. There are dozens more that change everything how you come across. I teach all of them inside Nihongo Repio Dojo. Particles, the patterns, word dropping, casual expressions that no textbook ever shows you. So if you actually want to master casual Japanese and start having conversation with the Japanese friends or the person you like, check the top link in the description. And if you found this useful or you like me, subscribe. Alright, so that's it for today, and I see you in the next one. お疲れ.